All right, let's try this again. Thank you for your patience, everyone. So I hope you could hear and see us. So this is Kerwin. I'm Kerwin. This is Key. This is Galaxy. Thank
Hello.
you for joining us once again. We are here to talk about Chapter 18, The Mines of Mandalore. All right. This was a very good episode. Let me just say right off, the bat from the very beginning that Bo-Katan, Katie Sackhoff was
Take
the
care of
MVP.
business.
She was the MVP of this episode. So, based on what we saw in this episode, it looks like she's going to have a much bigger role than she did last season.
Yeah, last season Bo-Katan was kind of a side character to Mando on his quest.
Yes.
But now Bo-Katan is one of the main characters. So I think this season we might just see Bo-Katan, Mando, and Grogu teaming up on adventures,
Right. But, she's not in a good place, as we can see for the first two episodes.
Bo-Katan looks depressed.
She does, yeah. So I thought we'd just take a little bit of time just to go back and just talk about who Bo-Katan is, her backstory, where she's from, and how did she get to where she is now, right? To just try to get an explanation as to, her mindset, what she's going through, because she's a very complicated character, which is why she is just
She's got a long history. So
she does. She's a very
over
very
the
popular.
past decade.
Yes, right. So let's talk about Mandalore, right? And then we'll talk a little bit about Bo-Katan. So Mandalore was a planet that was struggling to maintain its identity, right? So this planet goes back hundreds and hundreds of years, right?
Thousands even.
It's thousands, right? You're right. With the Jedi and the Mandalorian, they had history together, right? So now let's talk about the Clone Wars. Mandalore, the leader of the Mandalorians, the leader of Mandalore is Duchess Satine. All right. And she decided that she did not want Mandalore to be take any part in the war between the Separatists and the Republic. She is
staunchly pacifist.
Right. Yeah, she does not want to be a part. She's a pacifist. Exactly right. Her sister, Bo-Katan, on the other hand,
does not want to be a pacifist.
That's right.
And in fact, wants to go to war.
Right. And so what happens is there's this section of people of Mandalore who form this group called the Death Watch. They're a terrorist group, all right, led by Pre Vizsla. Mm-hmm. Bo-Katan decides to join Pre as a part of this group. And what this group wants to do, their goal is to take Mandalore from Satine, Duchess Satine, all right?
Yep, and they want to overthrow her so that Death Watch can lead Mandalore into a war.
Right, that's right.
They want to go to war, and they're going to go to war.
And because they've been in multiple wars, so of all people, they ask to help them to overthrow this government is Maul. All right, if you know who Maul is,
because if you need help overthrowing a government and overthrowing yourself in the process, Maul is the man to call.
Yeah, former Sith Lord. We
know former Sith Lord, very dastardly.
Yeah,
lost his legs in a fight because
right.
Right.
Yeah. So now he's back, with his spider legs, and he got the spider legs removed and replaced with something else. But anyway, so.
Eventually, thank goodness.
Exactly right. So he is helping the Death Watch take over this the seat, the throne,
the title of ruler of Mandalore.
Yes, and they succeed. All right. So what they do is they overthrow the government there. Satine Kryze is put in jail. All right, and Pre Vizsla becomes the new leader of Mandalore because he's the one currently possessing the Darksaber.
And he led Death Watch up until Maul decided, you know what? I want that Darksaber.
Right.
I'm going to challenge you, Vizsla.
Right.
And Maul wins because obviously.
Yes.
And he gets the Darksaber.
Yes.
And a few things happen along the way.
Because Maul is very evil. He says, well, he doesn't want to work for anybody except himself. So, yes, you're right. He challenged Pre for the Darksaber, and Pre loses his life. And now
Bye-bye.
Maul is now the leader of Mandalore. Now, Bo-Katan is, she's aware that she's made some mistakes. She's in a lot of trouble right now.
So she asks Obi-Wan Kenobi for help.
She seeks help. Obi-Wan comes to the rescue to help. They try to get, two things. They want to get Duchess Satine out of jail and put her back in power and get Maul off, out of power. Things don't work out as expected because Maul actually takes out, unfortunately, Duchess Satine. He kills her. Sadly, and he is still, as far as we know at that time, still remained in power until years later, where the Jedi and the Republic and Ahsoka Tano actually worked with Bo-Katan to overthrow Maul. So Maul eventually flees Mandalore, so he's gone. Okay, now years later, the Darksaber, where's the Darksaber? The Darksaber was actually left on Dathomir. That is where Maul is from.
Yes, his home planet.
That's his home planet. And Sabine Wren, if you're a fan of Rebels, finds the Darksaber. All right. So she has it now. Right. So of course, because she has it, she has a responsibility to lead her people, but she doesn't want that responsibility.
Tarvis has the saber, then Previs has the saber, then Maul has the saber, then Sabine has the saber, then Tom Brady has the saber.
Exactly right. Yeah. So you're right. And Sabine does not want this power. She doesn't want the responsibility, but yet she does train. Kanan Jarrus helps train her on how to use it. But eventually she gives up the saber and gives it back to Bo-Katan because she feels that Bo-Katan is the rightful owner of the saber. So
for some reason she accepted it.
Exactly right. Because
she could have been like, Sabine, we got a duel now, but she just took the saber and she refuses to do the same for Mando, which annoys me. It just bugs me to death because Mando does not even want the saber. He has to keep it so no one else steals it. But he tried to give it to Bo-Katan, and Bo-Katan's like, we must duel to the death. And Mando's like, okay.
Well, I think it's a lesson learned because of what happened when she was given the saber by Sabine and she took it and then things did not go well. So first of all, she has a saber. She didn't get the saber in the way that she was supposed to. It has to be, you have to get it in combat. You have to defeat the other person.
Because the Mandalorians like war, apparently.
Yes, exactly.
So it's like, you got to fight someone to rule us.
Right. Yeah, you have to show that you are capable of taking the Darksaber from someone else and wielding it as this powerful weapon. So that is not what happened. Some of the people of Mandalore didn't like the idea of her just taking it rather than earning it. So things happen. All right. So we're gonna just stop real quick and just say hello to who we have on the chat. So thank you very much.
Hello,
of course, we
Alex.
are live.
Nice
Alex,
to see you again.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you. Technology is frustrating. Yes, it is.
So
especially
true.
when you're doing
But
this
live. I love technology. I absolutely love it.
Thank you, Alex, so much for that. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. You
Thanks.
are a really good person. We just love having you on the podcast.
You're one of our favorite subscribers.
Yeah, thank you. So this episode is awesome.
We don't pick favorites.
Right. Yeah. No, we don't pick favorites. Right. But all right. So cool. Thank you, Alex. Yes. So we're gonna pick up where we left off. So, but now that Bo-Katan has a saber, things go wrong, right? So now the Empire is in power, right? The Empire. This is now the Galactic Empire.
Yeah.
Palpatine.
This is what year is it?
I couldn't tell you the years, but so we know that the Galactic Empire is reigning.
It's the place to be now,
right? And the Emperor is in power, and he, of course, wants people to fall in line with what he wants to do. Bo-Katan says, well, no, I will not follow you. I do not agree with your government. And then what happens? The Emperor brought, rain down on Mandalore.
And down a heckfire.
Left.
That place turned into Mustafar without the lava.
Yeah, it left. He left terror and destruction. The planet is leveled.
Mandalore went from beautiful to nothing,
right,
in the matter of a year.
Yeah, and so of course, what happened to Mandalore is known by either the Great Purge. You could call it the Great Purge or the Night of a Thousand Tears. So a
Mhm.
lot of lives lost on Mandalore, a lot of homes damaged, and the planet is just again leveled. And at some point, Bo-Katan uh, lost control of the Darksaber, or just lost the Darksaber.
I don't know where the saber.
Yeah, we're
went.
not exactly sure how she, lost
how
possession.
the saber went from Bo-Katan to Moff Gideon.
Right.
Maybe Tom Brady took it right in the middle of the ring.
Right. Tom Brady's retired, right?
I know.
Well, that's what he said. Well, who knows?
And he's gonna become a stand-up comedian.
He may become the new Mandalorian, Tom Brady. So,
what?
No, it's just a joke. So, all right. So we don't know.
Pedro Pascal, we could have a problem.
Yeah, well, you can't replace Pedro. We don't know how she lost possession of the Darksaber. We just know she doesn't have it, and then at some point, Moff Gideon picks it up, and now he has it. All right,
and then Mando gets it at the end of season 2.
Exactly.
And he's like, "Huzzah!"
Right. And funny thing, Mando, as we know, doesn't want the Darksaber, and
he's
he tries to
like,
give it to
Bo-Katan. Take it.
But Bo-Katan has learned her lesson from the past and said, "Well, I can't take it that way. I can't just take it. I have to earn it." So that's where we are. So this is why
Din doesn't even want the saber.
Exactly. He does not. He doesn't even know how to use it.
Bro, he cut his leg with it.
Yeah, it was very interesting to see him move the saber around. It's like the heaviest thing in the world for him. Like just bring it over his head. It's just there's no way. Yeah.
My leg.
Yeah.
Bo-Katan's like.
Okay, well, we were gonna get to that. Okay, all right, okay. So now we're back to where we are. Okay, right here we are with episode 2. So again, Mando wants to atone for his transgressions, and he took off his helmet. So he tells, I
don't know why you have to go with child to a destroyed or ruined planet where the air may or may not be poisoned. Go into a dangerous cave with monsters that you were not told about, and cave monsters that you were not told about. So you can dip your feet in the baby pool and then go back.
Right. So now that was the reason why he wanted a droid to accompany him to test out the atmosphere.
He needed a droid to go spelunking with him.
Right. Yeah,
and that's why he tried to revive IG-11, because it can be done.
Correct.
They just need a proper memory circuit, because IG-11 defaulted back to his old programming of catching Grogu.
That's correct, right. So he couldn't rely on IG-11, so he instead has R5-D4.
Yeah,
right. That droid.
Second choice.
Yes, right. That droid has a history as well. Mm-hmm. So he takes the droid, and R5-D4 just looks around the planet. It seems, he got lost, but Din was able to find him. It seems the planet
he didn't get lost. He got attacked.
Well, he did. You're right. He did get attacked. Right. So the planet seems fine. It's breathable. The air is fine. So
come on in. The water's fine.
So Din is walking around, and he takes Grogu with him. But of course, it's dangerous. You don't know what's gonna leap out. And then we have these creatures called the Alamites.
So were they 6 eyes or something?
So yeah, they look something like gargoyle-ish or something like that.
They look like a cross between a gargoyle and a thin yeti.
Yeah, exactly. So they get attacked, and he also gets attacked by this droid. It looks like
a cross between a gargoyle, a yeti, and the cream filling of an Oreo cookie.
Okay. Sorry. Okay. All right. Okay. That's child humor. All right. So it's a droid. I mean, it reminded me a little bit of Grievous, the way it moved. It looked like an insect, with legs, and all of a sudden it reappeared as another droid, and it just.
You mean the spider monster?
Yeah, the spider monster. Yeah, I don't know what else you call it, but Din is attacked by the spider monster.
I thought he was about to roast Din like chestnuts on an open fire.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what he was trying to do.
And what was he doing with those tubes?
Yeah,
I can't tell if he was drawing blood or injecting this man.
I didn't know if you were going to bring that up, but I wasn't going to talk about that. But that just seemed very interesting. Like, I don't even know how he even got into the Beskar to even get that, but it does look like that was happening, right? It was like he was drawing blood from Din Djarin. I don't even know how that even works.
I don't even know why.
Yeah,
because the spider monster has no connection whatsoever to the Empire.
Yeah, I it's just very interesting.
Unless it's a vampire of some sort.
Well, yeah.
Either way, it's gone.
Okay, you're jumping ahead. Okay, all right. So now
they figured. I'm pretty sure our audience figured as much.
Okay, yeah. Well, that's fine. All right. So then
that thing was creepy.
Yeah. So of course, Grogu goes and gets help. He goes back to Bo-Katan and says, "Hey, we need help." And she flies back to Mandalore. And yes, Keith.
Grogu pulled the get help. Okay. He had to go back to Bo-Katan. Bo-Katan told Mando, just go. And then, first of all, Bo-Katan was about to shoot the ship out the sky or something.
Yeah, when she saw the N1,
she saw the Starfighter, she's like, "Get ready,
let's get rid of him once and for all. Let's get rid of him
for good."
Yeah,
and then it's Grogu, and she's like, "What are you doing here?"
Yeah, I don't know why.
I don't know what if she really wanted to get rid of Mando once and for all, why is she going to save him?
Yeah, she's complicated.
Twice.
It's complicated. I don't know. All right, so we have more Q&A. Let's just stop for Q&A and say hello. P Camp.
Loving your commentary. My nephew and I listen to you both as you're huge Star Wars fans.
Oh, thank you so much. That's wonderful to hear. Thank you very much. All right. Okay. All right, so now Bo-Katan flies to Mandalore to save Din Djarin. She finds a Darksaber, and what does she do with that Darksaber? I mean, she uses that Darksaber like it's nobody's business. No one could wield that saber as good as she did. I mean, she just came in and she took care of
because she had used the Darksaber before.
She has.
Mando struggled to not cut his leg.
You could tell.
But Bo-Katan had practiced with this, and she just zip zip zip.
Exactly. So, again, it's fortunate that she it's not hers, but she knows how to use it. So she saves Din, and she's trying to get him out of there, but he says, "Nope, I'm here because I need to atone for what I've done. I'm going to the mines of Mandalore. I'm going to, go in and dip into this water
again.
And
you got to go through all that trouble to dip his feet in the kiddie pool.
It's a creed, and you got to respect him, for what he believes in. You don't. I mean,
you got to commend the man for his bravery.
Yeah.
But that was. I don't know why he went through all that. He could have just told the armorer, "Hey, I'm back. I went to the waters," and he could have been referring to any pool. He could have just brought his own water, poured it out on the ground in Mandalore, and dipped in. And he was like, "I dipped my feet in the waters of Mandalore. I'm back."
I get what you're saying, but
he could have bought a water bucket or something.
Yeah, but he's not like that. I mean, he's gonna follow his religion. It's a religion, so he really believes
he has to follow his creed.
Yes, exactly. He believes in that. So, Alex, since the weird cyborg alien beat Din, and because Bo-Katan defeated the alien and used the Darksaber to defeat the alien, could Bo-Katan use that reason to claim the Darksaber? I don't know. I don't think that would be. I don't know if that would be fair to Din because Din was in trouble. He couldn't defend himself, right? So if he was. So, in other words, if you're saying that Din lost the Darksaber to this creature, so now the creature.
So basically, the alien beat Din, but then Bo-Katan beat the alien using the Darksaber.
Interesting. That's an
she could technically use that as means to claim the Darksaber.
I never thought of that. That's a very, very interesting point, Alex.
Yeah, because if you think about it, it technically works because he was disarmed in combat. He was bested in combat by that alien. And lost the Darksaber, but then Bo-Katan bested the alien.
Right.
So technically, I don't know if this counts, but technicality, the Darksaber is hers now.
And she did make a good point. Of course, when he came to and after she saved him, and he's groggy, he's like, "Well, what happened? What's going on?" She said, "I saved your life." So she was really.
wait. She's like. Mando's like, "Whoa, what happened?" Bo-Katan says, "I saved your life."
Yeah, thanks to me.
All right, time to go.
Exactly. So
and then he pulls a Kratos and just jumps off the cliff. And he glided down with the jetpack. He didn't just wing it.
Right.
But he landed safely.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. All right, so we're going to pick this up, but actually, if you allow me, for those who are listening or watching, want to take a moment to talk about something very important.
Nobody's listening. This is a live stream.
Yeah, it's a very important message that I want to talk about. Our friend Mark Daniel has a charity, and he was nice enough to share the charity with us, and we also want to share it with you, share it with our people who are listening to us or watching us. It is called Give Kids the World. We have a short commercial that Mark has recorded for us that we want to play for you. So if you just give us a few minutes to discuss this, and we'll run the clip.
Here we go.
Okay. All right. So that is Mark Daniel. Mark Daniel, Give Kids the World. His website is gktw.org. We'll put more information in the comments section, the description section of YouTube, and we'll talk about it a little bit more. So let's finish.
I think we're running the trailer again.
Okay, let's keep going. Maybe we'll run it again.
We are.
Okay. All right, we're gonna run it again.
It's reload the page. Back arrow. I'll hit the back arrow on Facebook.
Okay. All right. Let's just finish up. We can run it at the end. Why don't we run it at the end so we can just finish up our notes here about the episode. So now we have Din is going back and he's going to atone. He goes into the waters of Mandalore, and then something happens where he falls deep down into the bottom of the
he gets pulled down.
Right. And once again, Bo-Katan has to go down and pick him up. And she brings him up, and what does she see is this mythosaurus. Now let's talk about this mythosaurus. So this is
just a mythosaur.
A mythosaur. Sorry. It's apparently it's a part of the lore, the lore of the Mandalorians.
It's the signet.
Yes, it's an animal. It's a signet. It's something that's have meaning to them. Apparently, when Bo-Katan was telling the story about it, that it was, I don't know if it seemed like a myth that maybe this thing didn't really exist, but it turns out that it does, and it still appears underwater. And when Bo-Katan saw it, and she couldn't believe her eyes, and she got the two of them out of the water, and that's how the episode ended. All right, so that is the episode. All right, of The Mandalorian. So that's episode 18, The Mines of Mandalore. Let me know what you thought of the episode. Post your comments or questions you have. Tomorrow we'll be back. there was a very good episode of The Bad Batch. I don't know if you had a chance to watch it yet, but we're going to talk about episode 12.
Riveting. It's riveting television, my friends.
Yeah, I cannot wait to talk about that. So we'll cover that tomorrow. All right.
Let's see if we can run this.
Okay. All right. So then what we'll do is, we
link in the description.
We'll put a link in the description to Mark's charity. In the meantime, thank you very much for joining us. Keith, can you tell us where people can find us?
So we're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Radio Public, Amazon Music, Audible, basically wherever you get your podcasts. Socials, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Father's Day Galaxy. Our website is fathersdaygalaxy.com, and our merch store is fathersdaygalaxy.mysprayshop.com.
Right. Okay. And let us know your last minute comments or questions.
Any questions, comments, anything else you have?
Right. Do we have any comments?
Doesn't look like it.
Okay.
Okay. Alex Q Plus. Do you like this episode more? Or do you like episode 1 of this season better? On a different note, I need to watch Bad Batch tonight.
Okay. All right. Well, actually,
I don't know. I think they're both great in their own ways.
Yeah, I do. I think what I like about this episode a little bit more, episode 2 more than episode 1 is that we're seeing more of Bo-Katan.
Like I said, she's getting action scene.
Yeah, like I said, Katie Sackhoff is knocking it out of the park with this character.
True.
I think there's going to be so much more that we can learn about her that we don't already know. And it was such a great idea for her to continue the role after, given the voice of the character in the animated series. So I'm looking forward to what's happening next. I'm hoping that Bo-Katan and Din Djarin can work together.
I hope they reconcile.
I do, yeah.
I don't know what either their current statuses are with each other.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if they're friends or enemies or if they're like neutral. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, right. So again, I think they could get more done together than, if they're fighting each other. So I think what happened at the end of this episode, where actually Bo had to save Din Djarin's life twice.
Yeah,
that they
may be forming a bit.
Yeah, they may be forming a bond. That they know that
maybe an alliance.
It doesn't serve either their purpose if one were to lose the other. If that makes sense to you, you know what I mean? Like, she's seeing, like you said, I mean, she just seems very conflicted. When she saw the Starfighter land, and she said, well, let's just get rid of him once and for all. But then when she found out that he was in trouble, everything changed.
Bo-Katan dropped everything.
Exactly. It's like,
but she wasn't really doing much. Like, Bo-Katan the entire time is just sitting counting the dots on her ceiling, just kind of moping.
Yeah. So
you think Bo-Katan would be trying to rally her people?
I think she will.
I think something happened in between season 2 and season 3 that made her so broken.
Right. I think she will rally. I'm just glad she's no longer sitting and doing nothing, So it was a call to action, and that's exactly what she did.
She picked up the phone. All right, P Camp.
Great. Thank you very much, P Camp. Thank you.
Do you think they could have another spin-off of Bo-Katan?
I don't know if it would be necessary to have a spin-off.
I'm not sure about a spin-off necessarily. Because
go ahead.
I think her arc's getting mainly shown in the Mandalorian.
Yeah.
But if the need be, like if we open up on a cliffhanger, or more importantly, if someone would like to enlighten us and fill the gap between Rebels and season 2 of the Mandalorian, and just show us what Bo-Katan had been up to, what she'd been doing, that'd be nice.
Yeah. Some nerd. I was surprised she didn't mention Satine. You know what? That's funny that you mentioned that, some nerd, because I think at some point you're right. She may be feeling some type of guilt about what happened to her sister, which is why she has not brought it up, because the conversations that she was having, let me recall the conversations that she was having with Grogu. She talked about the planet Mandalore, talked about the history, and talked about how the planet used to be beautiful and now it's leveled. She talked about, she asked, she said jokingly to Grogu, "Do you think your dad was the only Mandalorian?" And then she mentioned something about the relationship that the Mandalorians have with the Jedi, but no mention of her sister, which I found very interesting. And I think that's because, she really can't bring herself.
In some way.
She can't bring herself at this point to talk about what happened to her sister, because maybe she feels responsible for the death of her sister. But I think she will. I think she's going to have to come to terms about what happened.
She's going to have to reconcile with herself, too. She got to forgive herself before she can forgive other people.
Absolutely. So, Sumner, I love that question. Thank you very much for that one.
So here's the...
So we're going to run that clip again?
Here's the trailer.
All right. We are technically savvy here, everyone. So you just Evan first will succeed. All right. So thank you again. Let's see if we can run this clip.
Hello, Mark Daniel here. Secrets. Can you please join me in raising money for one of my favorite charities, Give Kids the World Village, right here in Central Florida? Once again, I plan to go over the edge and rappel 428 feet down the side of the Hyatt Regency Orlando. This year, I've teamed up with a few friends, Team High Five, because there's 5 of us and we'll be up high, 32 stories high. Now, you can help by donating any amount, $5, $10, $15. Any amount will help us get closer to our goal of $1,000 to send me over the edge. And remember, all proceeds go to Give Kids the World. They specialize in making dreams come true for critically ill kids and their families. But if you have $25 to give and you're free on March 11th from 7 till 9 p.m., then get your tickets for a night of magic. Michelle Atwood from the Main Street Mouse and I will be hosting a trivia night with Team High Five at the Malia Orlando Resort in Celebration, Florida. There will be, of course, the trivia that we'll be hosting, prizes, raffles, and a silent auction. Plus, we'll have a celebrity guest, Ike Eisenman, star of Escape to Witch Mountain and Return from Witch Mountain. Now remember, all proceeds go to Give Kids the World. So get your tickets now. And I hope to see you on March 11th. And thank you very much for supporting Give Kids the World.
Thank you so much for that. Thank you. Mark Daniel is such a good friend of ours. So we want to do what we can to support him. So if you can as well, please go to the website, gktw.org. That's Give Kids the World.
Your dad, will you let me rappel off that building, man?
Probably, yeah. I will let you do it before I do. You're going to see me up there doing it.
Okay, listen. Yeah. That was a joke. I was trying to see if you take me seriously. I'm the one who's scared to go down that slide.
No, you'll be fine.
I did it.
You're
twice because I'm insane.
You're young. You'll spring back. Anything.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you're made of rubber. You bounce. You're good. So
yeah, I can jump pretty high, but that I'm gonna splat on the floor.
No, not at all.
I'm gonna be like, then I become a pizza slice.
No, you're gonna be fine. All right, so thank you. Thank you, Mark. We're gonna do
pizza.
Yeah.
Darn it.
We're gonna do what we can to support you, Mark. So thank you so much for that. Thank you for this charity again.
Keep on your pizza, Dad.
Okay, we'll put the website in the description page. So if you have any information, you can contact us, or just go right to the website. All the information you need would be there. But if you can, please support this great cause. This is making dreams come true for kids who are critically ill. All right. So we are we want to support something like that. So wonderful. All right. So for final comments, let us know if you have any final comments or questions.
I think that's all.
Well, I'm waiting for the producer to give the go ahead that we have all of our questions and comments. Okay, nothing else. All right. Thank you so much for hanging around with us.
Thank you guys for viewing. It's been
this is
quite a time.
Hey, when you're doing things live, this happens. That's why they call it live. So
because you got a live camera,
but
there.
I really appreciate those of you who stayed to the very end.
Thanks again for your patience tonight.
Right. What would be Jedi's favorite pizza? Jedi's favorite pizza.
My favorite pizza is cheese pizza.
Okay.
Nothing beats basics. Like vanilla ice cream. I like vanilla ice cream.
Unfortunately, I was going to say similar to that the Jedi are very, they're not
They
elaborate.
are so plain.
I don't think they would put anything on their pizza.
The only thing they change is their lightsaber colors.
Yeah.
They got 3 of those.
Right.
It's blue, green, and if you're feeling exotic, purple. Like there's a few Jedi who have like yellow and pink and orange lightsabers, but that.
Yeah. I think they would just have the dough.
Dad,
no cheese.
They somehow figure out how to make the dough blander than it is. They'd suck the moisture out the dough, dry it, put it in packets.
I don't think
like remember those capsules Obi-Wan had? That's what they put their pizza in. Like they'd suck the moisture out of everything and just put it in one of those capsules.
Oh, I see. Okay, right.
And then
they
kind of turn it into like polystarch bread.
Yeah, I don't think
like what Ray did, add water and stir literally.
That's true. I don't think Yoda was spring for sauce and cheese, so it's just going to be just dough.
Wait, Dad, Yoda will be like, flavors you seek, then head to Dexter's Diner you must.
Right, don't come
here. No room for flavors there is.
No money for pizza.
Off point, my Yoda impression is. Man, my Yoda impression was awful.
Mine was worse than yours. Okay.
Learn you must.
Thank you. This was fun.
Relearn what you have learned.
Mm-hmm. Okay. P-Camp. They don't get their pizza from Jabba the Hutt. I got it. I got it. Jabba the Hutt.
Pizza.
That's right. Pizza Hut.
I know.
Remember Pizza Hut? Okay.
Yes.
Well,
of course I remember.
Well, Pizza is Caesar's Pizza.
I know.
Oh, okay. You know everything.
I'm mixing genres.
Okay. Pizza the Hut.
No one out pizzas the Hut.
Okay. There you go. There you go.
The Huts. Wait, wouldn't it be funny if Jabba the Hutt's motto was "No one out pizzas the Hut"?
I think,
like Hut delivery. That'd be hilarious.
Now, speaking of pizza, I think Jabba's Palace would probably make the best pizza because he seems like he's got the top of the line chef going.
Yeah, those Gamorrean guards can cook.
Yeah, and
cook some slop,
and they can eat. You know what I mean? So I'm sure they've had their share of pizza.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Any more comments or questions? All right. So this was fun. Thank you again for your patience. Thank you for hanging around until the very end. We enjoy it. We hope you come back tomorrow because we cannot wait to talk about Bad Batch episode. So please, if you can, watch it before 7:30 tomorrow at Eastern time, so we can.
And you can also watch while you watch our show.
Okay,
but that'd be kind of pointless.
Yeah,
because
you don't
we go faster than the actual episode.
No,
we spoil the entire thing.
Watch it first because we don't want to spoil it for you. Watch it first, and then come back. We're going to spoil the whole thing. Okay?
Oh, we will.
Yes,
inside out.
That's right.
Analyze this story.
We will.
Absolutely. We're going to go more inside out than Disney.
Absolutely. So, all right. Thanks again, everyone. So,
until tomorrow. That reference?
I did not. I missed it.
Inside
sorry.
Out. The Disney movie, Inside Out.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. My apologies. Okay. No, I was somewhere else. Okay.
You have too many thoughts in your head.
I do. Just
clear your head, you must.
Yes.
Learn to think clearly, you must.
Very good, Keith. You do a very good impression of Yoda. I cannot. But anyway.
I can also do a very good impression of Mr. Bird.
I'm good with the Emperor.
Smithers, bring me Homer Simpson.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
That's not
Homer Simpson from Sector G7, right?
That's not as good as my Emperor impression.
I'm out of impressions.
All right. Tomorrow, everyone, we'll see you.
Used to do a pretty decent impression of Nemo, but that was when I was 6.
Like Finding Nemo?
Yeah.
Really?
When I didn't know that. 6.
Well, maybe tomorrow you think you can do the impression?
No.
No. Okay. All right then. All right. Thank you, everyone. Until tomorrow. Take care, and we will see you again.